Hello, Tima. I met this ex-Ghana Black Stars footballer on Instagram. This man is highly respected, so I really admired him so much. I started liking his pictures, and one day he called me on Instagram video. I was so excited, and so we exchanged contact during that time. I used to live with my ex in Accra, but we had issues. Serious issues. So I moved to my parents' home outside Accra. So one day, this ex-footballer was talking to me and asked what I do. And I told him I'm even looking for a job. And he said he had a business in Tema and wanted me to go work there, which I was super excited about. Tima, I came to Accra as soon as I came to Accra. And as soon as I got here, I called him and he said it was late. So he sent me location to his house and I took a ride there. Tima, whilst going, I wasn't scared because I looked to him as a big brother and thought he was married until I got there and he said he's no more with a wife. That night, he slept with me. I even begged him to protect himself. He said he has protected himself with injection, so there's no way I will get pregnant. Tima, after sleeping with me that night, he then moved me into a hotel and told me we will go to the Tema the following day. Since then, he kept me in the hotel for 5 days and he will leave in the morning and come in the night to sleep with me. So at this point, I felt like he was just using me as a sex machine. So I asked, when exactly are we going to the said workplace? That he told me to leave, but he will call me in 2 weeks. At that point, I didn't want to go back to my hometown. So I went to pitch at a friend's place. Tima, during that time, he kept traveling out of the country and I couldn't even reach him. When the 2 weeks he gave me was due, I kept keeping hope alive only for me to miss my period and realize I was pregnant. All this happened in October 2022. Tima, at this point, I was hopping from one friend to the other and I decided to keep the pregnancy because of fear of abortion. It got to a point I had to lodge in a very cheap hotel because my friends weren't comfortable with me staying with them anymore. I finally got him and told him I was pregnant and he said he was going to take care of the child. So he moved me into that Tema place, which is caretaker was the only one there. And they had a bar in front of the house. At that time, I was 7 months gone. But Tima, I wasn't going for any antenatal. Sometimes I go hungry because the caretaker wasn't taking care of me at all. I started complaining and this man said he wanted to move me to Central Region for a property he has developed there, which I declined. So he then made the caretaker sack me and I had no place. So I came back to the hotel. At this point, I had to do something. So I reported him to my uncle who knew someone at the GFA. But honestly, it didn't go anywhere. He said he was going to take care of the child after I deliver. When he was confronted, Tima, it wasn't easy at all for me. At some point, he will pay for some of the hotel bills. And at some point, I sleep outside the hotel with my pregnancy. Now I've given birth and my baby is 9 months. I got a lawyer who was helping me with the case. That too, he warned me that if I come to the court, he won't take care of the child anymore. Tima, I threatened him that I will bring the story to the media. All he said was that today's newspaper will be tomorrow's toilet paper, so he isn't scared. We were supposed to go to court last Monday. It rained heavily, so by the time I got there, my lawyer told me this man has resolved the case with his lawyer and the judge and that he has agreed to pay a monthly allowance for the baby at 1,000 Ghana cedis and pay 50% of rent when I get a place. Tima, I'm making you hide his identity for now because I don't want things to get muddy. As I'm talking to you now, I still sleep outside the hotel. The only certificates I have is a WASI and 6 months software course I did some time back. Now I'm jobless and homeless. What do I do? Tima, this footballer took advantage of me, and this is what most of them do. Please, I need advice. All right, people. So this is the story we have on the table tonight. And to help me do this, I have Mrs. Miriam Annan with me. You're welcome, Miriam.
This is Hits.